Be the change that you wish to see in the world. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. An eye for an eye will only make the whole world blind. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. When I despair, I remember that all through history the way of truth and love have always won. There have been tyrants and murderers, and for a time, they can seem invincible, but in the end, they always fall. Think of it always. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. Where there is love, there is life. Prayer is not asking. It is a longing of the soul. It is daily admission of one's weakness. It is better in prayer to have a heart without words than words without a heart. I like your Christ, I do not like your Christians. Your Christians are so unlike your Christ. Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. Nobody can hurt me without my permission. God has no religion. Hate the sin, love the sinner. I will not let anyone walk through my mind with their dirty feet. Your beliefs become your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words. Your words become your actions. Your actions become your habits. Your habits become your values. Your values become your destiny. You must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is like an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Let the first act of every morning be to make the following resolve for the day. I shall not fear anyone on earth. I shall fear only God. I shall not bear ill will toward anyone. I shall not submit to injustice from anyone. I shall conquer untruth by truth. And in resisting untruth, I shall put up with all suffering. The future depends on what you do today. A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. The greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. To give pleasure to a single heart by a single act is better than 1,000 heads bowing in prayer. Man often becomes what he believes himself to be. If I keep on saying to myself that I cannot do a certain thing, it is possible that I may end by really becoming incapable of doing it. On the contrary, if I have the belief that I can do it, I shall surely acquire the capacity to do it even if I may not have it at the beginning. Each night, when I go to sleep, I die. And the next morning, when I wake up, I am reborn. It's the action, not the fruit of the action, that's important. You have to do the right thing. It may not be in your power, may not be in your time, that there'll be any fruit. But that doesn't mean you stop doing the right thing. You may never know what results come from your actions. But if you do nothing, there will be no result. My faith is brightest in the midst of impenetrable darkness. The law of love could be best understood and learned through little children. Truth without humility would be an arrogant caricature. Strength does not come from physical capacity, it comes from an indomitable will. Your action expresses your priorities. That service is the noblest which is rendered for its own sake. You must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. For me, the different religions are beautiful flowers from the same garden, or they are branches of the same majestic tree. Therefore, they are equally true, though being received and interpreted through human instruments are equally imperfect. Even if the paradise of material satisfaction, which they envisage as their final goal, were realized on earth, it would not bring mankind either contentment or peace. To believe in something, and not to live it, is dishonest. The difference between what we do and what we are capable of doing would suffice to solve most of the world's problems. When there is war, the poet lays down the lyre, the lawyer his law reports, the schoolboy his books. I suppose leadership at one time meant muscles, but today it means getting along with people. The real love is to love those that hate you, to love your neighbor even though you distrust him. You must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. Truth is by nature self-evident. As soon as you remove the cobwebs of ignorance that surround it, it shines clear. It is unwise to be too sure of one's own wisdom. It is healthy to be reminded that the strongest might weaken and the wisest might err. The future depends on what you do today. You can chain me, you can torture me, you can even destroy this body, but you will never imprison my mind. A small group of determined and like-minded people can change the course of history. To give pleasure to a single heart by a single act is better than 1,000 heads bowing in prayer. It is the quality of our work which will please God and not the quantity. Nobody can hurt me without my permission. Man becomes great exactly in the degree in which he works for the welfare of his fellow men. When you are right, you have no need to be angry. When you are wrong, you have no right to be angry. Nothing has saddened me so much in life as the hardness of heart of educated people. Nonviolence is a weapon of the strong. If we want to reach real peace in this world, we should start educating children. The only tyrant I accept in this world is the still voice within. Live simply so that others may simply live. The true measure of any society can be found in how it treats its most vulnerable members. Our ability to reach unity in diversity will be the beauty and the test of our civilization. Faith is not something to grasp, it is a state to grow into. There is nothing that wastes the body like worry, and one who has any faith in God should be ashamed to worry about anything whatsoever. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. A person who is worried about the outcome of his work does not see his goal, he sees only his opposition and the obstacles before him. There is more to life than increasing its speed. Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's needs, but not every man's greed. Peace is not the absence of conflict, but the ability to cope with it. Life is but an endless series of experim. Prayer is the key of the morning and the bolt of the evening. Whenever you are confronted with an opponent, conquer him with love. Where there is love there is life. Truth resides in every human heart, and one has to search for it there and to be guided by truth as one sees it. But no one has a right to coerce others to act according to his own view of truth. Take care of this moment. It's not too late at all. You just don't yet know what you are capable of. Find purpose. The means will follow. Self-respect knows no considerations. Muscle that gets stronger with use. Action expresses priorities. A man who was completely innocent.